Just getting back from Tennessee, back home and settled. And I've had some moments to reflect. I was reflecting on God's love. You know, when I think about something that I've told God about, that I desire, and when I'm in the moments of it happening, meaning the entire process, meaning when I'm walking up to it, when I'm in the room of it, you know, I had an idea of how it could be, which was in parentheses, you can say, like, good. What is good feel like was what I asked myself when I thought of it being good. I mean, it was good. It was like, it was nice. But can you hear it in my voice when I'm just like, it's okay nice. It was like it's okay good. And when I got in the rooms, when I was in those rooms that I prayed to be in, that good completely changed to beyond good, like amazing, mindful, transformative. Like, God remembers so many things about you that you can sometimes forget that you still desire for yourself. And that is where I had to remind myself, like, you don't have to have that mentality, like, you know, you just need to be grateful for where you're going, you know, as if you cannot have more, because you can have more than enough. You can have beyond your wildest dreams. You can have beyond the things that you prayed for and the things that you just simply thought about, that you were just like, this would be nice, as if God would not do it, and He will. God really will. God really will. I was reminded so much this past week. Every single moment of my life, I'm reminded. And I like to say moments because there could be something that happens when you leave one room and go into another, and you just have to see it. You have to see it. You have to open your eyes to see and remember those things that you told God about. Like, are you really paying attention to what your body was in need of? Or are you really paying attention to the things that you casually said that you thought God didn't hear? I do. And when it happens, when I receive that thing, I just look at God, like, I just look at myself like, I'm so grateful. I am so grateful, because it could be times where you could have the mindset, like I just said earlier, of just like, whatever you choose to do. No! God will do exceedingly. Do we know what that exceedingly feels like? Man, sometimes you can really just forget, or thinking that it's a rarity thing, thinking that it has to be some sort of miracle, or that you have to go through strife in order to receive these miracles on a daily, when that's not the case. That's not the case. From my experience, that is not the case. God remembers every single thing, even to the smallest detail about you, about me, about we. And it just makes me even more grateful for what love means for me, based on my experience with God. It inspires me to love even more like God, to to give more like God, to be mindful of what someone may need like God does. Not saying that, okay, I'm going to remember as much as I can, pressure myself. No. It's just like, if you hear something so lightly that someone may be in need over or may even desire, you're just like, I'm going to do that for them. I'm going to do that for them because they deserve that. Just that gentleness is just so good. It's just so good that God is just that gentle with me. And I'm so grateful that God is that gentle with me. And my prayer is that everyone gets to experience that gentleness and removes themselves from past thoughts of thinking that God was abrasive or strict. It's just such a wonderful experience to experience God's love, is what I'm saying. And the whole point of all of this, as I'm reflecting, the human experience can have you thinking that God loves like people, when God don't love nothing like people. Because people have yet to really fully experience God. Like that real spiritual relationship with God. Most people have yet to acknowledge and experience and admit that they have yet to experience it. It's okay. Like, that's how real God is. That's how open God is. That's how vulnerable God allows you to be. And I am so grateful that I am able to be that vulnerable with Him, to be that vulnerable and open and trusting of God's direction, what I know God has remembered about me. And again, even to the smallest details, I'm like, God, you remember? It's like, it feels like that, Such a fulfilling week. Such wonderful moments of God reminding me that, oh, you get it all in one. You can get it all in one. Man, I'm so glad I don't know everything. I'm so glad that I don't have to search for every single thing. Oh, it just takes the weight off. You don't have to think about it all. Because God is that connected with me. I am that connected with God to the point where God knows exactly what I need before I say the need. I trust God that much. Something to think about, to ask yourself, is how much have you trusted? How much do you trust God, like right now in this very moment, when it comes to your concerns, when it comes to your desires, when it comes to the changes that you really desire to make within yourself? How much do you trust that God is really right there with you, like along the way? Like, do you really trust that God is like right there giving you that motivation, that endurance, that come on, I'm right there, you got it. Just push through this right here. You got this. Like, how much do you really trust that? And I'll tell you this, like over the week, like even when I was on my way to Tennessee, my body felt like it was like shutting down. It felt like it was just trying to shut down on me. And I'm like, oh no, changes are happening and my body will get through this. And I'm going to put on a brave face, because I am not going to go in here and, just show how I'm feeling on the inside, because there is joy that I have, but my body trying to break down and I ain't finna let it. That's how I was speaking over my body. And You can't even tell that I was in pain by the way I was looking. And I was so proud of myself for just getting through that. Even though my body was trying to act as if it was trying to shut down on me. And I spoke over my body and I was like, God, thank you. I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, girl, I'm so proud of you because you were really tired. You were really in pain. You were really feeling like a little out of it and just tired, just all whatever that was, it had to go. It had to go. And it went. And so did I. So did I. To higher heights, knowing that I was going to go into those rooms and I was going to be the best that I knew that I could be. I knew, I trusted, and I walked in it. And I was so proud of myself for doing that. I was so proud of myself for doing that because it could have been where you could have said, no, can't do it today, won't do it today, choose another day. My life is about to change. What makes you think I'm finna sit here and stay in the same thing? No, we're going to push through this. Today, I'm going to push through this. I'm going to trust through this. My body is healed. That's what I said. And that's what it became. Didn't know how I was going to move through that moment, even after that. And God just kept bringing me different ways that I was going to do that. Man, it is so amazing how you just have to remind yourself to keep going. And you're doing that with God. You're not doing it by yourself. Remember that. You're not doing this by yourself. You were never alone. You're never alone. So grateful for change. Grateful for trust, the ability to trust. Grateful for the ability to affirm myself in the moments when the physical may not look like the spiritual. But you have to remember that the spiritual is first. And everything else follows. That shows your strength and your belief in yourself, in God, which is inside of you, and everything else follows. The changes are happening for the better, always, in all ways. You heard that? You know how you say ALWAS? No, but it's always ALLWAYS. I know I probably spelled always wrong, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just recording and flowing. In all ways. And I'm grateful that God is doing so many things in so many ways at the same time. And I prayed for it. I desired it. I walked in it. I became it. And it came. And the same thing can happen for you. That and trusting. And as I'm ending it, I'll just say it again, just trusting that God remembers everything about you. Everything about you, to the point where you don't have to have that mentality like, even if I ain't got this, I'm still, no. You don't have to be passive with God at all. At all. At all. You don't have to do that. God ain't like people. God ain't even like how you thinking God is. And God is showing you, like, I ain't like them other cats. I ain't like them. I ain't even like how you thinking right now. And I'm going to show you. God ain't doing it to prove it, though. That's just who God is. That's just what God is. God is not a person, place, or thing. God is greater than that. And I'm so grateful that I get to experience that and to know that, to feel that, to trust that, to profess that, to share that with other people, to inspire them to know this, to trust this, to even be willing to learn that based on their individual experiences. My love for God is a completely different experience than how you will experience your love and develop your love with God. And that's such a wonderful thing. Such a wonderful thing. All right. Thank you all for who listened. Again, I never know when I'm going to put these things out. I just flow and trust that I know that I will, and when I do, that they'll reach who they are supposed to reach. But I'm so grateful. I just wanted to say I'm grateful. What song was I thinking about earlier? But it wasn't the exact words. God's love is like a love song. Love song. God's love is like a love song. Love song. God's love is like a love song. Love song. Ooh, God's love is like a love song. As I sing it, the sun is like shining down on me. Love song. That's how I know God be hearing me. Your love is like a love song. Love song. Your love is like a love song. Love song. Take that with you today. Your love is like a love song. Love song. Your love is like a love song. Love song. It's the sweetest song. So sweet. So sweet. So sweet. So sweet. All right. All right. Love y'all. Talk later.